All right, you guys, this is converting photos to halftone in Photoshop using bitmap mode. In order to screen print photographs, they need to be converted to halftone. There are several ways to do this. Here's a relatively simple technique using Photoshop. First, we will resize the image. Well, first I'm going to open it. Then we'll resize the image. I can also say fit on screen, so that makes things make a little more sense. We're going to need to resize this and change the resolution. So image, I'll go to image, size. I'm just going to bump this up to 12. The width, that's the height, is 9 3/4 basically. You'll see the resolution is 72. Now that's the screen resolution. We're going to bump it up to 900. And I know it seems counterintuitive to take a low resolution image and make it really high resolution, but the thinking there is that it will allow the sort of halftone to be at a high resolution, so you get nice round dots. So I will say OK, and it will change the size. I can go back to view, fit on screen, Command 0 on Mac. Next thing I want to do is to discard all the color information. So if we go under image mode, you'll see that it is RGB color because it's an image downloaded from the internet. RGB is a color profile for screens, displays. So I'm going to go to grayscale and say discard. Discarding all the color. So now it's black and white. Next step, we want to address something called dot gain. Dot gain is where the darker parts of the image get really sort of saturated with dark value and we can't see detail. So we're going to go to image adjustments, levels. I'll get this dialog box you see here. You can see it has this sort of profile of the value, profile of the image. I want to lighten the image. Basically, I'm looking at my darks to be lighter. I'll go about a third of the way towards the left side. And if you look at the image, you'll see that like what was formerly black is kind of now middle to dark gray. So that's what we want. I'll hit OK. Now we're ready to create the halftone. So we'll go under image, mode, bitmap. I get this dialog box. Resolution, input 900, output 900. Don't change that. That's what we want. We're doing a halftone screen. If you drop this down, you'll see there are other patterns. You're welcome to play around with that. I'm not doing that right now. Say OK. Halftone screen frequency. OK. There's a little math involved with this. So the screens we use have a thread count, that is threads per inch, of 230. In order to determine the frequency of a halftone screen, we want it to be 1/5 of that number. So if I divide 230 by 5, I get 46. That is the maximum resolution that we can achieve with the halftone screen with the screens we have. If we had a higher number screen, like a 400 threads per inch, we could go higher. 46 is a maximum. I often err a little lower, because I actually like the look of the halftone screen, but let's stick with 46. Angle has to do with 4-color process when you're like offsetting multiple halftone screens, yellow, red, blue, and black. So it doesn't really matter for our purposes, but I'm just keeping it at 22.5. And I will say, OK. Now it is converted to halftone. A little hard to see on the screen here. If I zoom in, Command plus on my keyboard, you'll see that I've converted. And also you see it's pixelated to a degree, but you'll see why that high resolution was important for this. So that has been converted to halftone. You can now save this image and we can use it to print out. And thank you for watching.